Stuffing, the one that everybody has been asking for Christmas. We're going to do a quick and handy recipe for stuffing. This is sort of a plain enough generic stuffing that you can use for anything. Of course, you can pimp yours up if you want to add some sausage meat or cranberries or apricot or nuts or whatever you want to do. But I like to do a fairly plain bread stuffing that goes with everything. All you need is obviously breadcrumbs, which you can make yourself or you can buy, a large onion. You need parsley, thyme, sage is a good one. I'm not a fan, but sage is a classic to put with your stuffing, some real butter, and we'll throw it all together. Only takes a little while and you can use this recipe for pretty much anything. Right, so we need to chop our onions and melt it down with our butter. I tend to blend up the onions, it's just quick and handy. My kids never liked lumps of onions in their stuffing or in any recipe, so when they were younger I used to blend it up and I still do. So to our finely chopped onions, we want to add our butter and melt it down. People keep asking me about weights and measurements and quantities. I don't tend to follow a recipe, I normally eyeball it, but I suppose this would be about 100, maybe 120 grams of butter, metric. I'm not sure what it is, imperial measurements. Are our pals in the UK still imperial? I think they have miles and feet and bits and pieces, so I don't know. It's probably 2 furlongs, a quart and a farthing of butter. As for our pals in the States, I don't know, would that be half a Glock? Parsley, I suppose we want to add maybe a good tablespoon of parsley, about that much. Thyme is a little bit stronger, a little more powerful, so maybe a teaspoon of thyme would be loads. And if you're adding sage, fire away at this stage. We want plenty of salt and pepper as well in there. So a good bit of salt, there's a big volume of bread there, and lots of black pepper. So I just melted down the butter and onion in the microwave just to bring it all together, and we'll add that in now and give this a good mix. So I'm not using this stuffing to stuff a turkey or any sort of meat today. I'm going to bake it on a tray and serve it as a side order or a side dish. So what I tend to do is, if I'm not stuffing meat, I use an egg, and I add an egg just to bind it all together. So 1 egg, give that a bit of a mix, get the last of our onion out of there, and throw 1 egg in. And so that's the sort of consistency we want. I'm going to put that into a baking tray and put some butter paper on top and roast it or bake it for about 35-40 minutes, and we can take the paper off at the end if you want to just crisp it up a little bit or dry it up. So you want to grease up or oil up your baking tray. Anybody from Ireland will of course save their Kerrygold paper for baking and cooking and covering things and greasing trays. So we get that nicely greased and we put our stuffing mix on. There we have it, ready for the oven. As I said, it's just a very plain bread stuffing, but it really tastes fantastic for what it is, and it's the perfect base for any type of stuffing you want to make. So we'll put that in the oven. I'll just put my butter paper on just to protect it for the first little while of baking, and then we'll take it off toward the end. And in she goes. There it is. I took the paper off for the last few minutes, so it's fluffy and crumbly and perfect as a side dish as well as for stuffing meat.